she could not have a child. And even if she had a child, they would not wait until that child grew up again. So Orpah left her, but Ruth persuaded Naomi and pledged to stay with her. She said to Naomi, entreat me not to leave thee, nor to return from following after thee. For where thou goest, I will go, and where thou lodgest, I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people, thy God my God. And where thou buryest, I will also bury. The Lord do so to me, and more also, if aught but death part you and me. Ruth was determined to stay with her mother-in-law. I don't know what it was. Perhaps it was the fact that she would have seen in Naomi certain a lifestyle that she wanted to experience, or perhaps she just wanted to help her, to be there for her. There was something that pulled her to Naomi. When she reached home and they called her by name, she indicated that she could not be called by her name Naomi, which means pleasant, because what has happened to her. There was no way I am pleasant. She said, I am bitter. You don't need to have a high school diploma to see that Naomi was broken, depressed, and overwhelmed with pain and sorrow. She was bitter. She was disappointed in her setback. She went through pain in her setback. She was hurt in her setback. And she was now a widow in her setback. She was broken in her setback. But she didn't know that in her setback, God was going to give her a comeback. Roderick L. Evans said, and I quote, sometimes what appears to be a setback is God's mode of elevation. Lord God. Somebody, you may be going through a setback right now, but I believe God is setting you up for a comeback. There's a comeback. There's a comeback. Ruth and Naomi lived together, but there was no man to provide for their well-being. So Ruth, her daughter-in-law, said to Naomi, let me go to the field and pick up the leftover grain. So she went to the field and she gleaned behind the reapers, as the poor would normally do, living off the leftovers. I wonder if there's anyone here, anyone listening who was like that, or who is in a position like that. You are living off the leftovers. Yes, I am telling you, you have to borrow some clothes. You have to borrow some shoes. You have to wait until all the bills of someone else is paid to find out if there's any leftover change. I wonder if I'm talking to somebody who may be picking off, gleaning behind the reapers, picking up the leftovers. Meanwhile, she's walking, hoping that a little bit more could be left off in the setback of her life. In our setbacks, we need to live within our means, be content in our minds, but be ambitious. This was Ruth. Even in her setback, she have ambition. She was ambitious. She could have sit home and die for hunger, but she said, listen, I am now in my setback of my life and I can't sit down here. Sometimes we get comfortable in our setback stage and never move, living off the grain which is left behind. I wonder if somebody going to give me a little grain, a little drop off, so I can survive for this moment. I wonder who I'm talking to today. What was divine about this is that she was working in Boaz's field. Boaz was a family member of Naomi's husband. He was second in line to redeem the land owned by Naomi's husband, because the sons were dead. There was no man around to become the redeemer of the land that her husband had left behind. Hallelujah. Let me tell you something, brothers and sisters. When God wants to give you a comeback, He will place you in the right place and at the right time and with the right someone. You don't hear what I'm saying? When God is getting ready to give you a comeback, He will place you in the right place and at the right time and with the right someone. The place where you are at right now may not look like the ideal, but that is where you are going to find your blessings. Touch your neighbor and tell them, I'm coming back from my setback. I'm coming back from my setback. Somebody shout glory. Like Naomi and Ruth, God is going to bless you right in the midst of your setback. It was right in the setback of her life. God granted her favor. When you look at verse 10 to 17, you'll find this story line in it. She was gleaning when Boaz, the boss, came. He saw her and wondered who that beautiful damsel was. Hallelujah. He asked his servants, whom does that young woman belong to? After hearing who she was, Boaz told Ruth, don't go to another man's field. My God, him say, listen to me, young lady. Now go on another man's field, stay right here, so, and don't leave here. Listen, I told the men not to lay a hand on you, and when you're thirsty, you should drink from the jar the men filled. My God, she said, why have I found favor in your eyes? Boaz said, I learned how you took care of Naomi and how you left everything you know before and followed. Boaz pronounced a blessing over her in verse 12 of Ruth chapter 2. Boaz said, may the Lord repay you. Boaz now he's in a Boaz put in peace of God because him see the woman and like the one, but him a come with the Lord part now and him a pronounce a blessing. May the Lord repay you for what you have done. May you be richly rewarded by the Lord, the God of Israel, under whose wings you have come to take refuge. My God, Boaz was pronouncing a blessing, and Ruth did not understand what was happening because he was putting himself, he has seen her and like her, and now he was not only attracted by her looks, but he was now attracted by her heart, her goodness, her kindness, her sacrifice. Boaz may have seen this woman and said, boy, this woman is a good woman because she's not just beautiful, but she is a virtuous woman. I wonder if there's someone out there who may have the looks and may have it, and you're struggling helping others, but God will send his blessing to you, and you don't know where it's coming from, but he will send it to you. Ruth did not know what was going on. Ruth acknowledged Boaz's kindness. You see, she has a good heart. May I continue to find favor in your eyes, sir. I don't even know how Ruth was saying this when she was looking at Boaz, but she said, may I continue to find favor in your eyes. I just picture some ladies today in our world, or they would bop their eyes and they would walk away showing off themselves. But she said, but she continues, she said, you have put me at ease by speaking kindly to your servant, though I do not have the standing of one of your servants. My God, this lady was so humble. She was humble. She said, I'm in a place for you even put me in the place of your servant. I am just a poor woman, a woman who has suffered setbacks, and I'm just taking up the leftovers that have been left behind by your reapers. I know you talk to me so kindly. Thank you sir. I don't even know what I did to deserve this. Boaz then invited her for food. And Boaz told the men not to stop her in gleaning behind them. What a blessing and favor. Mighty God, you never know where your blessing will come from. You never know where your life is going to start turning from. It may not be the best place you go. It may not be a big office that you go into. You may not even go there to sit around a desk, but to sweep up the yard. But God said, I'm going to make the man who will bless you, or the woman who will bless you, or the individual who will bless, I'm going to make him see for who you are. Ruth did not know that what she was doing years ago was building her up, preparing her for what is to come. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Mighty God. Hallelujah. I'm going to tell the man to leave much that she can gather. Help her if she needs help. Don't run or stop her. Ruth was in her setback, but was in a place of favor. Hallelujah. She was in her setback, but she was in a place of favor. Let me tell you something, friends. You cannot be a sluggard in your setback. If Ruth was a sluggard, there's too many persons in their setbacks and them just sit down and lay down and them they all kind of things they are doing. They are in their setback and they just relax. You must get up out of your setback and do something. You can't sit down and cry and die and frustrated. You have to get up and do something. You can't be prideful in your setback. You can't be sluggard, meaning you can't be a lazy person, but you can't be prideful in your setback. She pick up grain. No pride. As a young woman, she pick up grain. Most young women would be trying to find money anywhere to go and do nails and makeups and all kinds of things in their place of setback. And there's so many persons, some men would burn the weed or do some other things and cause riot and problems. But this woman, an exemplary woman in her setback, she picked up grain. Beautiful as she is, she was standing in the place. She was picking up that which was falling. She was picking up. She identified with the poor. She identified with those who are in set. She was humble enough to go low. She was humble enough. She wasn't hiding herself right in that place.